Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the beginnings of a whole new adventure. This is Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. This may be the third game in the series, but it is the fourth that I am Let's Playing for. Indeed, my adventures with Layton began with that crossover game with Phoenix Wright. So, going into this one, I also have no expectations or ideas of what lies ahead. It's probably about time travel. The teaser image at the end of the previous game, it pretty much showed a time machine and, well, the game's called Unwound Future, but true to Professor Layton's shenaniganry, I expect that I'm prepared for nonsense. Just nonsense. Odds are, I'm probably going to spend this whole game assuming time travel isn't real, and Professor Layton and Luke just get fooled by an elaborate scheme or whatever. I don't know. One thing I would like to see in this game is more of Flora Reinhold. She kind of got sidelined in the previous game, so hopefully there's a lot of content involving her. That'd be just swell. But yeah, other than that, I just have nothing more to say, so let's hit new game. Right. To ensure connectivity with the previous games, I have to enter the same name, so I guess I'm still Zoffer, because I couldn't get the E to work. Wait, you usually have to draw to get the letters, don't you? They added the keyboard. Oh, where was this when I needed it? Man. This is a work of fiction. The characters, groups, and events portrayed within it are no way intended to resemble the real world. Big Ben's not real? Wow. Could have fooled me.
It just doesn't seem to add up, Professor.
I honestly thought you were pulling my leg.
What? I wouldn't dream of it.
Professor, I hope this letter finds you well. As for me, I am in quite a predicament.
Huh. Usually these games begin with Luke sending us a letter.
You see, the London we know and love has been thrown into absolute chaos. To complicate matters, the calamity I speak of does not take place in your time.
I'm sorry, is that supposed to be future Luke?
This may be difficult to believe, but I am writing to you from 10 years in the future.
Alright, okay. Are we sure it's not Duke? That one NPC who looked like Luke in the second game, are we sure it's not Duke just pulling a prank?
I know this is a lot to take in, but I'll explain it all soon. For now, I ask that you head to the clock shop on Midland Road in Baldwin. I look forward to seeing you again. Your student, Luke Triton.
Strange as it sounds, it seems that the author of this letter is none other than your future self, Luke.
From my future self? But how is that even possible?
There appeared to be some visual glitches happening. I suppose it's fine.
I don't know, but it does raise the question, if this letter is indeed authentic, how did it get here?
By time-traveling postman? Just joking, of course. But on a more serious note, I think this mystery might be the oddest one we've ever encountered.
Indeed. And even in the future, you seem to need my help in solving it. Your constancy can be quite a comfort in these uncertain times, my boy.
Well, thank you, I suppose. But back to the main question. How do we know the letter is real?
Well, we haven't much to go on yet. But I can't help but think that this strange occurrence is connected to the terrible events of last week.
Mystery 1, strange letter. Right, we got a dude. What looks like a town, maybe? I see a skyline. Another dude. Another dude that looks like Luke, probably the future Luke. Another dude in a hat. Another dude. Another dude and or lady. Why did I say and or? It's one person. Another person and maybe a person? Lots of people. Huh. Professor Layton has received a letter from the unlikeliest of places, the future. The author claims to be Luke, writing from 10 years in the future. But how is that possible?
It all started about a week ago.
Using a six-dimension alpha distributor, I was able to guide a concentrated stream of Hammer particles through a temporal vortex, more commonly known as a wormhole. This stream of particles allowed me to divine the terminal
I recognize
points of
that
the
hair.
vortex.
That's one of the
Armed with
people
this
from the
information, next step
mysteries.
was to artificially distort the flow of time and generate a massive magnetic field via a Sula coil. Once the magnetic field is firmly established, one has the ability, quite literally, punch holes or hive gaps into the very fabric of space-time. After this crucial step, it is simply a matter of constructing an energy gate.
Quite the spread we have here, Inspector.
Okay, it's good to see Chelmy and Barton, but okay, no. If it's gonna be a whole thing for this entire game, I need to figure out how to fix these visual glitches. Time for some engineering work on my... okay. Alright, that took about 10 minutes of fiddling around, but it seems to be okay. Hopefully.
Though, it does make me wonder what we did to deserve invitations to such a feast.
It's obvious, Barton. I'm an influential man in the world of law enforcement. It's only natural I'd be invited to an important event such as this.
I suppose that's possible.
Possible, you say?
Probable. Highly probable, sir.
I don't get it. Why would you invite a policeman to a time machine display? Tap an area to investigate. Oh, fun. Okay. I see we're starting out with the number of solved puzzles in the triple digits. If I ever play a Layton game where the puzzles reach 200 or higher, I will be very, very sad. Anyway, what the hell is this? Wow, look at the size of that clock! This appears to be the entrance to the machine. Entrance, you say? Yeah, that's a time machine, all right. Who's that?
Oh, this food is simply dreadful, Bill. Do get this over with quickly so we can leave.
Oh, yes, dear.
Bill Hawks.
I have to say, I feel a bit out of place here, Professor.
That's quite understandable, Luke. I'm sure most people would feel the same way in the presence of the Prime Minister.
Really? The Prime Minister? I was about to say Bill Hawks seemed pretty important. He was just giving off that vibe, but Prime Minister, alright.
Hey, look! I think I see Inspector Chelmy over there. So, Professor, what do you think about this whole event? Do you believe that someone has really built a working time machine?
I'm not entirely sure. Still, If it proves to be true, can you imagine the stir it will cause in the scientific community?
Well, I, for one, am very excited. Though you don't sound entirely convinced, Professor.
Anything's possible, Luke. But I won't be convinced until I've seen the contraption work for myself. And I must confess, something about this entire presentation seems a bit off.
Why do you say that? Ah, of course. That must be your famous intuition talking, huh?
That's one way of putting it. But enough speculation. Look over there, Luke.
That guard? What about him?
He seems to be looking for a man who snuck into the event uninvited.
It's probably Don Paolo. I'm hedging my bets.
Oh, so we have an intruder in our midst.
Wow, what expressive sprite work for such a small, distant model. Yeah, I'm greatly loving the presentation thus far. It's such a huge step up from Curious Village. But before we speak to the guard, what about Shelmy? Well, the food is certainly nothing to write home about. Sorry you feel that way, sir. I think it's quite scrumptious myself. Bah, this oversalted chop and pile of wilted greens has nothing on Emily's cooking. If that's your feeling, sir, I'd be happy to relieve you of that, burden. Now see here, Barton. If you don't return my chop to me at once, I'll have you driving a desk next week. It would be worth it. This roast is simply delectable. He picks his fights. Some people are watching the event through the window. It's the perfect weather for an event like this. But what of hint coins? Sure, there's got to be some somewhere. No. All right. Smith. Oh dear, this is not going to go over well. You look troubled, sir. Might we be of any assistance? Oh, yes, please. You see, I've just received a report of some untoward behavior. Puzzle number 1. Ooh. Fun font choice. There's an uninvited guest at the event, but the guard has received a few clues as to his whereabouts. His table is next to one with a red flower. His tablecloth is a different color than any next to it. Oh, and his table isn't decorated with a yellow flower. Next to means tables connected by dotted lines. Take the guard to the intruder's table. Aha! Use the stylus to move the guard to a table. I can pick him up. He's wiggling around. Oh, it reminds me of how you can pick up Mii's on the Nintendo Wii. Remember the Mii's? Mii's are fun. Anyway. It's next to one with a red flower, which means it could be one with a red flower. It could be one decorated with a red flower or having no flowers on it. So it could be this one? Different color than any next to it, so it can't be this. It's gotta be one with, one of these 3. Let's see. Well, the white tablecloth is next to that one. Oh, it could be this? No, it can't. Now this one here... It's next to one with a red flower. It's a different color than all next to it. His table isn't decorated with a yellow flower. I think this one fits the bill. Yeah, it's gotta be this one. It's the only one that has, an isolated tablecloth color.
This one's as good as solved.
Correct!
I knew it!
Yeah. Good work. You found the party crasher. Now it's time to let the guard do his job. Wait, isn't that a dude that I've seen before? I swear I've seen that guy before. Who was that? Stashin Scarfin? No. Splendid work, my boy. Puzzle 1, Party Crasher is now in your puzzle index. All about picarets. Picarets are points that indicate a puzzle's difficulty. The more picarets a puzzle is worth, the tougher it is. When you submit an incorrect answer for a puzzle, the number of picarets you can earn from that puzzle decreases, so think carefully before answering. Gathering lots of picarets. Once you've beaten the game and saved, go to the bonuses section and load your game file. From there, you can enter the top secret area, where a number of fun extras are waiting for you. The more picarets you earn, the more content you unlock. Whew, thanks so much for your help. That fellow's mooching days are over. Did you see that, Professor? I just aided in the apprehension of a suspect. Oh, look, the presentation is about to begin. Let's get back to our seats. Who was that?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my god, I love it.
thank you for taking part in an event that will undoubtedly go down in scientific history.
If this wasn't voiced, this is the exact kind of voice I would go for. It's perfect.
And here to demonstrate mankind's first time machine is its creator, Dr. Alan Stangan.
Stangun? I've never heard a name like that before.
Thank you, my esteemed colleagues. After years of research in the field of time travel, I'm pleased to share the fruits of my labor.
This guy kind of sounds like, Oh, what's his name? It kind of barely sounds like that one dude with the really unique drawl to his voice. He voiced Illidan Stormrage in Warcraft and Grimoire Weiss in Nier. Who is it? Who am I thinking of? He sounds a little like that? A little.
In just a few short moments, I will be moving on to our scheduled demonstration.
Scheduled.
But first, I'm delighted to announce that Prime Minister Bill Hawks is in attendance today. As such, I have reserved a very special seat for our very special guest. Please, join me on stage, Prime Minister. No need to be shy.
Is this thing real?
Oh, all right. I appreciate the attempt at boosting the presentation, but that just looks like it's a paper figure on a popsicle stick being wiggled around on a stage. Oh no. Just have new coming characters fade in. Just have them fade in.
What do you mean?
I mean, is this contraption a genuine working time machine?
Why don't you have a seat? See for yourself.
Before we start, would you honor us with a few words, Prime Minister?
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is a monumental day, not only for our great nation, but for the entire human race.
I gotta say, they really improved the quality of the voice. The Nintendo DS does not have the best speakers, but even still, they made the voices sound so much better than in Curious Village and even in Diabolical Box. It's a marked improvement. I don't know how they did that.
Since the beginning of time, we humans have strived to transcend our natural limits. We have conquered the skies and the seas, and we have even traveled to outer space. But the one frontier that has always eluded us is time. Indeed, traveling through time is a dream many thought was out of reach for humanity. Until now. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will join me in ushering in a new era for mankind.
Thank you for those words, Prime Minister. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Please take it away, Dr. Stangan.
I have just one more request before we start. I'd very much appreciate the Prime Minister's assistance in this demonstration. What do you say, Mr. Hawks?
What?
Oh, this will not end well.
I assure you, there's no cause for concern.
But I was under the impression that I would merely be observing the proceedings.
Ah, well, do forgive my presumption. It was never my wish to make you uncomfortable. I realize it's been some time since you traded in the hard sciences for the softer variety. Please, feel free to return to your seat, Prime Minister.
Oh, he's goading him, huh?
Wait. What I mean to say is, of course I can assist you.
Bill, have you lost your mind?
Yes, apparently.
Ah, that's the courage we've come to expect from our fearless leader. You have my thanks. And now, without further ado, I give you my time machine. Mr. Hawks, would you mind just stepping inside?
That's some heavy-duty machinery. Holy shit! Did he just die?
What the dickens just happened? Something's gone very wrong.
Oh, where is he? Someone find Bill!
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm and refrain from panicking.
This is chaos. The Prime Minister and Dr. Stungun have vanished.
My word.
Time machine demonstration goes awry.
So you think that what happened last week is somehow connected to this letter?
Yeah, alright, something is up with that Stungun fella. He had that very pleased affirmation grunt when the doors fully sealed around the Prime Minister, and he was completely nonplussed when it started exploding and he was enveloped in the smoke. What the hell's going on? That was clearly a plan of his, probably, but they both vanished? Presumably no bodies were found? It'd be one thing if the Prime Minister disappeared. I could guess, oh, maybe there was a trapdoor beneath and he fell through, or there was a hidden chamber that he got pulled into, or something. But both people disappeared and the machine exploded at that. That is bizarre. Huh.
Wait, maybe if the time machine was real, this letter's real too.
I don't know about that, but these two elements aren't the only puzzling issues. Tell me, Luke, have you heard about the recent disappearances occurring here in London?
The who's a what now? Men of science.
Oh yes, I read about it in the paper.
Those are all men of science, at least it looks that way. No, maybe those are just suits and not lab coats?
some of London's greatest scientists have been mysteriously vanishing.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go.
Yes, and I can't shake the feeling that those disappearances are linked to this whole affair. In any case, it seems our best course of action is to head to the location mentioned in the letter.
Good idea.
Missing leader. Prime Minister Bill Hawks mysteriously disappeared during the time machine demonstration. No trace of him was found, so where could he possibly be now? Don't you mean, when could he possibly be now? Huh? No.
Following the clue in the letter, the professor and I set off. What awaited us was one of the biggest mysteries we've ever encountered.
Yeah! Ooh, it would be neat if this whole game took place in London. To my dear friend Zoffer.
Somehow, a single letter had made its way back through time. And the sender, strange as it sounds, was me. The future me, that is. Little did we know that this letter would draw us into the strangest of situations.
Save your progress? Nah, I'm fine. Prologue. The Clock Shop on Midland Road. Well, here we are. The clock shop the letter mentioned should be around here somewhere, but where? This seems an ideal time to consult the map that accompanied the letter. Here, Luke, see if you can't find the shop's location by yourself. Say no more, Professor. Puzzle 2, the clock shop. Okay, it's one thing to have the roads and numbered buildings, lettered buildings, but what's the time for? Below is the map to the clock shop that accompanied the letter from future Luke. Using the times on the side of the map as clues, find the shop. Draw a circle around the letter of the correct building and then tap submit. Okay. Yeah, you just think of where the hour hands are in... Yeah. You just think of where the hour hands are in relation to the time, and that's your direction, so... memo. Oh, we got colors and pen sizes? Oh, game, you spoil me. Alright, well, right, so 12, you start here. 12, go up. At the next intersection, 3 is to the right, so go there. At this intersection, north again. And then 9 is a left. And then 6 down. And then you get there. So we want H.
Here's my answer. Phew, that's a relief.
Yeah. Good timing. The answer is H. The times indicate the direction you should follow at each intersection and the order in which to take them. For each time listed, the hour hand on an analog clock points in the direction you should go at each intersection. You know, I'm glad I can read an analog clock. Shoutouts to my second grade teacher. So, my second grade teacher in elementary school, in that classroom, we had a digital clock that hung, well, not really hung, it was like kind of installed above the entrance doorway to the class. And whenever I would run into a math problem or something that involved time, I would just look at the clock repeatedly up there and try to work it out that way. And then one day, I went into the classroom to find that the digital clock was covered with some taped up construction paper. And I was so mad, but I'm actually grateful to the teacher for doing that. She did that to foil me, I know it. I asked her about it, she said that. Good times. Great! Finding that shop should be a snap now. Let's go, Professor. Alright, but before we head off, let's quickly review how to move about. Care to assist me in this review, Luke? I know the drill, Professor. I can take it from here. To start, tap the shoe icon. Once you've tapped the shoe, arrows will appear. Tap an arrow to move in that direction. That's exactly right. So just remember, whenever you wish to move, start by tapping that shoe. Let's see what we're dealing with, actually. Nice green colors. Alright, looks like we have a little RC car, and a parrot, and a book. I assume the parrot will guide me to hint coins? So we had a robo-dog, an obese hamster, and now a parrot. Cool. What's this? A custom memo? Does this stay in between puzzles? Let's test that. Writing an important message. Perfect. We'll see if that persists. Cool. Florence. Well, hello there, Bright Eyes. I can tell from the looks on your faces that you're hankering to hear something useful. Alright, here's my pearl of wisdom. Go and tap that car parked right over there. What? Wasn't me? Oh no, it just fell apart. Never mind that. Did you see the coin that just popped out? That's a hint coin, and it's yours to keep. If you ever find yourself stuck on a puzzle, you can spend one of these lovely coins to get a hint. Just remember that there's a limit to the number of hint coins you can find. If you use them willy-nilly, you may find yourself in a pinch later. Hint coins are tucked away all over the place, so tap anything that looks fishy. You might find a coin. Well, that's the end of my speech. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing out there. Ta-ta. That lady is an agent of chaos. That schedule shows that the buses run quite frequently. The London skyline is simply magnificent. Nice. So that's 3 hint coins. Is that all of them? You know, I usually defer to the British way of pronouncing and spelling things for English, because, like, come on, they're English. They invented the language. They got it right. But I think I have to draw the line at schedule. No, I live and die by schedule, thank you. Say, Professor, how are we going to keep track of our progress? Ah, yes. I suspect we could both use a refresher on that subject. To start, tap the trunk icon located in the upper right corner of the bottom screen. This will open the trunk, where you can access several useful options by tapping on their icons. This is the save option. Tap this to save your progress throughout the adventure. This is the puzzle index. This option allows you to review puzzles we found during the adventure. Puzzles you've solved are marked with a check. Meanwhile, puzzles you found but have yet to solve are left blank. You can also replay any previously solved puzzle from this menu. However, in order to retry a puzzle you've yet to solve, you'll need to return to that puzzle's location. Or find Granny Riddleton. Finally, this is the journal. Tap the journal to review the events of the story. Well put, Professor. Yeah? Thank you, Luke. I imagine we'll make good use of the trunk during our investigation. I don't think these buildings are up to code. Why are they so wibbly-wobbly? Who is this? Vito. You're looking for a clock shop, you say? Nah, can't say I know of one around here. Alright, well, thanks just the same. Oh, wait just a moment. Thinking on it again, I might have passed a clock shop just the other day. Terrific! Do you remember where you saw it? That I'm not sure of. I have trouble remembering stuff like this when I have other things on my mind. Help me with this puzzle I've had on my brain, and I might be able to recall where I saw that shop. You're in luck, sir. I happen to be a bit of a whiz when it comes to puzzles. Bus scheduling. Oh god. Uh-oh. It takes you 1 hour to get to the office by bus. Your work takes 2 hours to complete, after which you catch the bus back home. Based on the departure times listed below, which bus, A, B, C, D, or E, should you take to work in order to minimize the wait for a ride home? For a ride home. Just a ride home, okay. Note, the departure times for the buses home are listed to the right. Uh-huh. So A, B, C, D, and E are when you leave home, and these are when you want to catch a ride home. Now, offices aren't open at midnight. So can I discount, like, E and A? I mean, you usually start work at 9 a.m., 9 to 5. But the bus ride takes an hour, so if you count the 9 a.m. bus, you'd arrive at work at 10. Let's see. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's work out how many hours are actually involved. 1 hour to get to the bus, to get to work. Then you spend 2 hours there, and then you catch the bus back home, which takes another hour. So you're dealing with 4 hours total. But we're talking about which bus to catch, so really, we need to find a time that is close to 3 hours after any one of these. So 4 a.m., you want to catch a 7 a.m. bus. Well, there's the 10:30. That's 3 hours 30 minutes. No. The 9 a.m. bus? After that, you'd be at 12 noon. No, the B is not gonna work. No. 2:30, you arrive at 3:30 and work till 5:30. No. You have to wait plenty of hours for the 8 p.m. bus. Leave at 6, get there at 7, work till 9 p.m. Then you'd have to wait 3 hours for the 12 a.m. bus. And then if you left at midnight exactly, get there at 1, work till 3 a.m. And then you'd have to wait 2 hours for the 5 a.m. You know what, I should have written down how long you have to wait. So, this you have to wait 2 hours. 4 a.m. Get there at 5, 6, 7 a.m. You have to wait 3:30. Alright, yeah, when I draw it all out like this, it seems obvious. A, you have to wait for 3 hours and 30 minutes. Then B is 5 hours. C is 2 hours 30 minutes. D is 3 hours. And E is 2 hours. So it's a 2 hour wait as the fastest one. I think.
Here's my answer. Phew, that's a relief.
Rightio. Taking bus E to work at midnight will result in the shortest wait for a ride home. Your bus home leaves at 5 a.m. Huh. Hey, nice going, kid. Thanks. thanks. So, about that clock shop? Right, the clock shop. It's somewhere on this road, I think. Well, gotta scoot later. Wait! Oh, he ran off. Something tells me he was more interested in getting us to solve his riddle than in helping. Not to worry, though. I'm sure we can find the clock shop on our own. It's probably just a bit farther down this path. Coin. No one seems to be in this corner shop right now. Yeah, we're definitely coming back here. Wow. There, I hope this is a trend. The hint coins I've found thus far actually have reasonable locations. None of the businesses around here seem to be open. Yes, many of them look like they open in the evening. You! Can't say I've ever seen you two whippersnappers before. Are you sure about that? I feel like we've met before. Oh, no, you must be thinking of someone else, but enough about that. I've got some juicy information you two might want to hear. Oh, if you are going to tell us about hint coins, there is no need to continue. The nice woman back there already gave us a full explanation. What? But explaining hint coins is just about the only time we ever get to chat. How could you let someone else give my speech? So I guess what you're saying is that we have met before. I'm suddenly not feeling too hot. I'd better head home. Be seeing you fellas round. Oh, this game's got zest. It's got a pep in its step. Oh, I like it. Yeah, nice hint coin in the center of that door. And in the pot. Let's see. Yes, the clock shop's that way. To the left? Huh. Oh, a puzzle. Where do you suppose these stairs go, Professor? I'd say they probably lead to a more residential area. Say, Luke, all this talk of stairs has reminded me of a puzzle. Care to hear it? Would I ever? Moving day. Oh yeah, brought back all these old designs. Neat. Two men are moving boxes from the first floor to the third. The larger man can carry 2 boxes at a time, and it takes him 1 minute to get to the third floor. Wow, that's some hustle. The smaller man can carry only 1 box at a time, but it takes him just 30 seconds to make it to the third floor. Oh. For both men, their turn trip to the first floor is the same as the trip up. If there were 7 boxes total, how many minutes would it take the men to get all the boxes to the third floor? Oh, this one's fun. Okay. Okay, if I take this step by step and move both pieces, as it were, at the same time and calculate the time as I go, this should be easy. Alright, I have separately calculated each man's work. So, the small man carries 1 box and returns to the bottom in 1 minute. At 1 minute 30 seconds, he has placed the second box at the third floor, returns to the bottom, and now 2 minutes have passed. He takes 30 more seconds to get to the top, and he's placed the third box at the third floor at the time of 2 minutes 30 seconds. So, then I calculated the slower man who carries 2 at a time until he got to 4. So, he takes 1 full minute to place 2 boxes up top. Takes another minute to get down, no box is moved yet, he needs the full minute to get back down. And so he takes 2 more boxes, and at minute 3, he has now brought a total of 4 boxes up at the 3-minute mark. 4 plus the 3 that this dude accomplished in 2 minutes 30 seconds adds up to 7 for the 7 boxes. So, basically, the small man was waiting on this dude. And so it takes 3 minutes for it all to get done. I think it's 3.
This one's as good as solved. No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Correct. It would take 3 minutes to get all the boxes to the top floor. This puzzle gets a lot easier if you draw a diagram. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I did. Exemplary thinking, Luke. Now let's get back to work. So, good time to test, I suppose. It does stay! Man, I'm so proud of this art, I might be coming back to look at this often. Oh, I forget. Did I find the third hint coin? There, I just did. We're good to go. Well, well. How hidden. It's pretty obvious that this is the clock shop. Don't touch that, or you'll get your hands all dirty. Well, that was close. My shoes nearly got us soaking. I'm scared to get in there. I suppose we can end the video by looking in there, but I want to find a hint coin. This entire area is quite dank. Oh, that's a screenshot. No, that hint coin was kinda bull. Little bit of moss on the stair. I found one. Surely there's a second. Aha! Dare I ask for a third? Nice. That'll do it. This must be the place, Professor. Ah, finally. I'll get the door. Huh? What seems to be the matter, Luke? The door's locked. Now how are we supposed to get in? Let me have a look. Of course. It seems we need to solve a puzzle on this door to gain entrance. Of course. The timepiece. Uh-huh. Sure. You've arrived at the clock shop, but there doesn't seem to be a way to open the door. While you're looking for the doorknob, a voice from inside calls out. Press the panel with the timepiece. What panel do you press? Remember, you can press only one. Well, this clock is ticking up multiple panels? Huh? What panel do you press? Remember, you can press only one. Well, that's clearly 4. Maybe the backgrounds hold a clue? This is an hourglass or a heart. This is a target? That's a triangle. Oh, God. Triangle in a tree? That's a river? That's an upside-down triangle. That's a crosshatch? Don't know what that is. Triangle? Another triangle. What if I get everything that has the timepiece in it? The panel. See, I'm confused because in previous puzzles where you can only select one thing, the game pretty much handles it for you. It, if you have one thing selected and then trying to select another thing, I am so stupid. I said what this is out loud. Yeah, an hourglass is a timepiece.
How about this?
Oh, I'm having fun. I'm having fun out
No
here.
puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Exactly. If you look closely, you'll see an hourglass on the correct panel. Now look, the door is opening. That did the trick.
Look, over there.
What's this?
Huh. Oh, great. She's called Spring, of course. Oh, gracious customers. We haven't had any of those in ages. Welcome. Good day to you, madame. You'll have to excuse us, but we're not actually here to shop. You see, I received a letter the other day pointing me here. Tee-hee-hoo. A letter, you say? Let me have a look at it, dearie. Oh, yes, there's no mistake here. Whoever sent you this wanted you to visit our little shop. So you don't know the person who sent out this letter? Unfortunately, I can't say I do, but I do know who you are, Professor Layton. Oh, really? And how do you know the professor? Tee-hee-hoo. Well, it's hard not to know a man who's in the paper so often. And I do so love my morning paper, I read it front to back every day. So of course I know the professor. Huh, did you hear that, Professor? Further proof that you're famous throughout all of London. Even all the way out here. Hey now, what do you mean all the way out here? Just because we don't fancy living in sardine tin flats doesn't mean we're not centrally located. Still, it is quite a surprise to see the famous Professor Layton in the flesh. I'm going to need some proof before I believe you're not just some celebrity impersonator. Alright, needling needles. Whoa. It's so dark in the shop that I'm having trouble seeing these tiny needles and thread. Can you help me out of this jam, dearie? There are 2 threads, A and B. How many needles' eyes does thread A pass through? Oh, this is easy. As long as you use the memo. Well, I think the answer is a solid round 10. Also, the path it traced kind of looks like an ampersand. Neat. Or a treble clef?
I've got a good feeling about this one. Just as I suspected.
You got it. Thread A goes through 10 needles. Counting those needles sure is hard work. Well, I, for one, am thoroughly convinced. You certainly do live up to your reputation. Of course he does. Yes, well, about that letter. I can't say I've seen it before, but my husband might know something about it. He's out right now, but he should be back any minute. Why not look around the shop while you wait? A kind invitation. Though, it is a bit alarming. Men of science are being disappeared. And Layton is a high-profile man of science. Well, I mean, he's an archaeology professor. But, even still, If he's that high profile, he may have the kidnapper's eyes on him, which is alarming. Anyway, what the hell is this thing? It's not quite the time machine from... Is it? No. It's clearly some sort of time machine, but I don't think it's the same one from the disappearance of the Prime Minister. So I don't know what's going on. At any rate, all I can say for sure is that I am having a splendid time so far. The atmosphere, man. You know what's underrated? When games are quiet. You know what one of the best parts of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is? And same for Majora's Mask? The night scenes. In Kakariko Village, there's no music at night. In Clocktown, there's no music at night. You just get these sound effects that are... what's the word I'm looking for? Exaggerated? No, something along that line. It's just that scene at the start where there was no music and you just heard the crowds chatter, and then that cutscene as they just walk through the shop in eerie silence as they hear all the ticking and chimes. I just really dig it when games do that. It's underrated. More games should do that more often. Silence is powerful. And here I am not knowing when to shut up. Well, we're back. More Professor Layton. I'm enjoying these easy puzzles while they last. Just like the previous ones, I sure know that by the end of this, I will be a melty brain mess once again. But for now, I am riding the high of acing every puzzle presented thus far. Let's see how long that lasts. I'm Zephyr the Jester. This is Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.